Welcome back to Girls Gone Muva. We're back with another episode. What episode number is this?
6.
Episode number 6. Thank you for tuning in. Keep sending it to your friends. Yeah, my name is Keeks.
I'm Vic.
And you are welcome back to Girls Gone Muva.
You are now tuned in.
Oh my God, you are now tuned in.
Damn, you are now tuned in to Girls Gone Muva.
I could never be an actress because I'm messing up my lines.
They'll be mad as hell. Get this girl off the screen.
Get her out of here. Yeah.
Get her off set.
Fast way, okay? Can't remember for nothing. Oh my
God.
goodness. How honest are you going to be today?
Really honest, because I think this is a topic that needs that. What we're going to talk about today.
I think it does too.
You going to tell the people?
We're talking about mental health today. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And just everything that comes with that. Like, we'll just dive in. So, how important is mental health to you?
I think it's been more important for me to prioritize and to take care of it now that I've been a mom. I think that I was definitely guilty of not being as on top of my mental health. And something that I, like when I think I was in high school or whatever, it was the first time I went to a therapist, and it was, sorry, I gotta silent my phone. When I was in high school, I went to a therapist. Like, my parents put us in therapy because they were, like, getting a divorce. And I actually really liked my therapist. She was cool. She was a little feisty, John. I don't know. She was cool, though. But,
A little
like,
feisty.
she was dead a little, and I wasn't going for that.
As she
But,
should be.
Yeah, once I, like, warmed up to her, I do, like, I'm a strong advocate for therapy. You know this. I really do feel like people need to go to therapy. And then, when people ask, like, why or whatever, and it's like, you have someone who knows nothing about you, literally knows nothing, never met you, knows nothing. An unbiased person able to sit there and just get to know you from your eyes. Like, you're able to tell them, you're able to tell them whatever you're feeling, however you're feeling it, and what you want to get out of it. Like, I think that's the main thing people forget, like, don't acknowledge.
Right.
Like, the first conversations I've had with any therapist I've had was, what do you want to get out of this? Like, what's the end game here? Like, what do you need out of this? And they give, I'll speak on my experience. Like, my therapists have given me, like, homework. They're really good insight, I feel like, that I would not have thought about. Or maybe I wouldn't have received it as well if it came from someone else. But because it's someone who's, like, a professional and doesn't know me and whatever, I know that they're not biased, and this advice is really to help me. Like, they're not trying to hurt me.
Right.
So it is really important, and it's important for me to be in the best mental state that I can be for my daughter. I feel like if I'm not taking care of,
Because she's a mother.
period.
Yeah.
If I'm not taking care of my mental, I can't take care of my baby the way I want to. So it's very important. What about you?
It's very important, and I think people should prioritize it more.
Yeah.
I feel like people should care about themselves more enough to prioritize it, because that'd be another thing too. Like, people don't prioritize themselves, so that's why they don't prioritize their mental health. But your mental health is honestly, like, the thing that is going to keep you sane. So
That was good.
that was a word, wasn't it?
Yeah, I like that.
Clock it. Yeah. But no, honestly, it's very important. I feel like, like I said, people should prioritize themselves more in order to prioritize their mental health. Because you will literally lose your mind without your mental.
Yeah.
Things can literally drive you crazy. So, people need to prioritize, like, where they are mentally at all times, honestly.
Do you feel like you've experienced, like, anxiety or depression?
Yeah, okay. Because I don't like manifesting, like, not bad things, but because I don't like manifesting certain things, I don't want to say that, like, I'm prone to depression. But the reality is, like, you feel me? Like, I've been depressed before. Like, it's not anything new to me. It's not something that, like, I'm, like, oh, my God, like, it's the first time I'm depressed. Like, no, like, I feel like it comes in seasons for me at certain points. Like, not every winter I'm going to be depressed. But it might be that one winter where it's like, it's a lot going on. So, like, So, I don't want to say I'm prone to depression, but, like, it has happened to me before. I don't think I had bad anxiety before having a kid, but after having my son, I noticed that, okay, anxiety is a thing. Because I feel like certain words trend. So I feel like the word like anxiety used to trend, or like, you feel me, just certain things, like the word energy used to trend. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, and it's like people be thinking they found a new word. So it's like, I used to never want to be like, oh, I have anxiety, but in all reality is like, I definitely do have anxiety, and it has gotten, I don't want to say worse, but it has heightened because I've had a son.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You've ever been depressed before? Is that how I should even say that? Like, but you know what I mean.
You've been depressed before?
Right,
I don't. I think that I don't know. I know I've experienced like sadness, like, but beyond that, like I know I've been in a very dark space that I had to like actively, continuously pull myself out of. I think maybe more so like my depression has happened when I lose someone. Like I mean, even I don't want to say. I mean, I really do have a big issue with like grief and people dying,
right?
And like, I haven't necessarily found the healthiest or the best way to cope with it. And I think the earliest like person I can remember that passed away that like it really affected me was like my great grandma, and I was like 10, and it really had an impact on me.
Rocked your world.
Yeah, like, even at that young age, like I remember feeling like very bad. Like there's no better way. Like I genuinely felt like there was no coming out of what I was feeling, like at all. I have a journal still from back then that I hate to read because it's literally like so sad. I genuinely felt so sad, and I felt like my mama is what I called her. She was like my dog, like my best friend. Like I love her so much, and so like I lived in the same house with her at one point, and like before she passed. So I also just feel like experiencing a great grandma is very rare. I always felt very privileged. Like I got to know both of them,
right?
So
and especially till like 10, you said. Right?
Yeah, and my other one till I was like 17.
Yeah.
So so that was a lot for me. And my other great grandma died whenever I was 17, and then like my grandma when I was 21. Maybe that's I think the most depressed.
Right.
Yeah, maybe because I was just an adult and I had so many other things to tend to, and I just felt like I could not function. Like I genuinely felt like
it feels like that.
I just felt like I was going through the motions.
Right.
I honestly cannot tell you many things from that whole like year of my life. I think that
you don't be remembering it.
I don't. I blocked a lot out. I was drinking. I was like, I met my baby daddy during that time. I was just on
no shade.
no shade at all. But like I was genuinely just on like a sadness bender. I think. And I was trying to like literally grasp at anything to get out of it. Like I was just trying to get by, and. Yeah, it was very hard. I think that probably when I was like 21, it was a lot. And I think I agree with you with the anxiety part, that since I've been a mom, and we talk about this a lot, like when things just feel so much more heightened and so much more serious and so much more like directly impactful,
right?
That it's hard to see past that. Even like I think I know we talked about this on podcast, but I know me and you have talked about like when we go out sometimes and it's like we just want to make sure we make it home. Like, we want to make it home. Like that is at some point we're having fun. At some point the night it's like, all right,
the night is ending. Let's
make sure we make it home.
Like please.
And it's such
God willing,
and it's a conscious like thought though. Like we really want to make it home. Just like, want to get home. It's not a joke. Like anything could happen, and like whatever. Thank God we're safe and we make it home every night. But it is a thought that I'm glad that I think when you said it, I felt so like
relieved.
Like I just felt like, oh my God, I'm not the only one who has felt that, because I genuinely do sometimes when I'm out. There comes a point where I start feeling that like beating in my chest, and I'm like, right, okay. I just have this urge to just get home.
Time to go, right?
Yeah, like, I don't want to make it there. Going on 3 o'clock, right? Time to go. I'm ready to go. The night was cool,
right? I'm ready to go lay with my son now. Like it's time to go.
And I used to never feel that way. It could be like, I could be out. I remember me and my best friend Blaze. You could be out till the sun come up, like,
and it didn't matter.
It did not matter. Now, no, baby.
I just want to get home. I just want to make it home.
Do you think that there's been a difference for you between when you've experienced like postpartum depression and depression before you had a baby?
Yes. I feel like, because I was going to say yes and no, but honestly, yeah. Because I feel like for me, okay, regular depression before I had a kid, right? I could just be in my room in the dark. That's what I used to do. I used to literally be in my room in the dark, door closed, don't eat, like just come out whenever I gotta pee kind of thing, like, and that's just that, like, and it wasn't even like I was in there crying, I just was in the dark, or I just wanted to sleep. That's how I know, like, when I'm like, okay, like, all right, like depression's starting to hit, because I just want to sleep. So postpartum though, I feel like postpartum for me was a lot of intrusive thoughts. So that, I feel like that made me depressed more, because I couldn't stop thinking bad thoughts. I think before my kid, like regular depression, I guess we could call it, like I don't ever feel like I had like these like just thoughts, like, and they're not nice thoughts. Like I just remember regular depression for me, being in my bed, I'm not really thinking about anything, I really just want to sleep. I don't want to talk to anybody, I just really want to sleep. But like postpartum, it was like, I don't even want to say the bad thoughts, because they're just so bad. Like, and it's like you can't help it. Like I know for me, like I couldn't help it. Like there would be times, okay, because I used to live on the 19th floor in a high rise. Postpartum, just had the baby. Like there would be times where I just would be like on the balcony, and then I would really be thinking sometimes, like, what if I just jump? Like I swear to God, but like literally those would be my intrusive thoughts, and I would not be able to stop thinking. Like literally, it would be like to a point where like I didn't even want to go on the balcony with him, because I never felt like I would act on my like intrusive thoughts, but it was the fact that it was always a thought. Like I didn't even want to like sit with him on the balcony, because those were my thoughts. Like, oh, like I could just, because I just was so like, it wasn't even a reason to ask why. I mean, obviously there's a reason to why I was depressed, but I couldn't explain it at the time. But it's because like everything has just changed in the blink of an eye. Like I went from being pregnant, now I have a newborn, and then like my household at the time. Yeah, I was so happy pregnant. So like it kind of just like I think because of like my house situation, like I had a bunch of dogs, whatever the hell was going on. Like I think that like added to me just feeling like, ugh, like what the hell, like I just couldn't get out of my head. And I think so my postpartum depression was really like in my head, but I still had to be active because I'm a mom. So I was like, I couldn't stop moving kind of thing. Like I'm still on go, and regular depression for me is just like I had nothing to do, and I could just literally be in my bed. So like for me, that is more of the difference. And like I'm more, postpartum is me being more in my head. Like just nasty bad thoughts. So
it's scary.
It's very scary. And it's like, honestly, I like mom TikTok, because they explain to me intrusive thoughts, because I was always be like, why do I think like this? Why do I think like this? Why am I having these thoughts, and why can't I stop thinking like this? And literally one day I was like scrolling on TikTok, and somebody was like explaining like intrusive thoughts, but they had like just had a baby, and she was like, I just can't get I can't get these like intrusive thoughts out of my head. And I'm like, oh my God, is that what it is? That's what it's called. Because it's literally just a quick thought, it's just in the moment thought, but it's like it's a constant like bad thought. You feel me? So like it's that for me, that was my difference. Do you think it's a difference?
I think that I don't know, like I said, like when I experience like the depression, I know that it stems from my grief. And I feel like grief comes in waves, and it surprises me. And there will be days where like something really good is happening, or I could be like really happy, or I'm on like a high, and I just think about, damn, I can't call my grandma, or I can't call like whoever passed away, like someone that I love and care about. And then I completely just shut down. I think that's what maybe depression looks like for me, is like I definitely like close the world off. And I'm already a very like close to the chest person. Like I'm already very closed off. Slightly. So when I'm
slightly,
when I'm depressed or I'm really sad, it gets really bad, and it's just, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to vocalize it. I just need to cry it out, and keep crying it out, and keep crying it out, and keep crying it out. And then there comes a point where I just run out of tears, and then once it's
done, it's done.
And then I think postpartum wise, you know, it's funny, I always say that like I feel like my postpartum started when I was pregnant. Not at the beginning, but like maybe my third trimester, and I only had like 1 month of my third trimester. But I think there came a point for me where I realized that the situation that I was in wasn't going to be what I always thought it was going to be, or I was bringing my daughter into something that I didn't always have like this idea of how I would like start a family. And there were like a lot of hard decisions to make. and a lot of things that I knew that were going against like everything that I've ever wanted.
Right. And the Virgo in you.
Right. I have a plan, and like my life is gonna be this way, and this is what's gonna happen. And there were just so many things again like happening in the world and stuff, and I just kept thinking like, this is what my daughter's coming into. Like, it's not stable. And you know, I started feeling like mentally unstable. So I'm like, am I going to like tighten up by the time she gets here? Like, what can I do to get myself out of it to be ready for her? Just like so many thoughts. And I kind of agreed too with you. Like there were, I guess now that you're saying it, like I definitely had like intrusive thoughts. Like more towards just myself of like, am I ready? Can I do this? Am I good enough for her?
Right.
And the answers back to myself would be no. Like, no, you can't do it. No, you're not good enough for her. Yes, she deserves better. Yeah. Like, no, you're not going to be a good mom. Like, all these things started when I was like maybe 6-7 months, and they just were not stopping. Like, the thought was not stopping. And so, yeah, I think that just that pin in my throat just wasn't going away. And so I do think that there is a difference. I think maybe like when I'm really sad and depressed, I get really like closed off. And I think maybe like with postpartum, I was a little more vulnerable. Like I was more willing to like talk to you about it or like whatever. Like I had people I could talk to, like Raina or whatever. Like I was more open about that part. And then like even more open when I got out of it, because I like felt better to be like, okay, I feel light again. Like it's like I feel like it's just like a dark cloud.
It is. That's literally what it is.
You're waiting for clouds
leave. Yeah, the sun
wait
shines
for the storm.
Eventually.
You wait for the storm to pass, and the storm always passes. It can't rain forever.
Period.
I feel like that's a song. All right, I'm not gonna get into the songs. Okay.
With the songs, okay. How do you feel like you overcame postpartum?
I listened to a lot of music. Honestly, Cranes in the Sky by Solange.
That's such a good song. Shout out to Solange.
Physically carried me through. Cranes in the Sky, like if you do not know the song, please go like to Apple, Spotify, wherever now.
But get it.
And the song is not at all about like postpartum, but it's literally about like you have to face the pain. Like you have to full force. You have to get through it. You cannot smoke it away. I think she says it like, you can't smoke it away. You can't drink it away. You can't sex it away. Like you literally have to work through it, face it, and you get through it. Like with the work, you get through it. And I think that was something big for me, that like, I don't lose. I don't fail. I don't like that. I fail. Period. I fall short of things, but in totality, like I'm a winner. That's the mindset I have. I have the mindset of a winner.
Period.
So I started looking though at postpartum as something that I had to win. It started becoming like my opponent. Like I have to beat you. Like I have to.
She did.
Right? Like I have to cross the finish line. But in order to cross the finish line, like I have to practice. I got to put the work in. I need to sit with myself. I have to sit in it. And I think sitting in it,
very important.
Yeah, like really thinking like, I cannot be in this moment forever. This is not good. This does not make me feel good. I only want things that make me feel good.
Right.
I only want things that make me feel like I'm working towards something better than when I'm already in.
Right.
And that wasn't a good space to be in. So yeah, I listened to a lot of music. I journaled a lot, like a lot. And I feel like I talked to God a lot. I think God and my relationship with God plays a big part in anything that I've been doing and have done my whole life. But most specifically with postpartum, there was only, I feel like, one way out. And I had to get through it, and I had to pray on it constantly. And like more so, I feel like I prayed to God for like the tools to keep myself out of it, like not even get out of it, but like I need to stay out of this space. I cannot come back here. Like I cannot.
Hell no.
And it took a while, but
it took a little minute.
But God's always on His own timing, and it's always on time. And I felt like He helped me out of that when He felt like I could handle staying out of it. I think if I would have rushed through the process, I would have wound up right back at the starting point. But yeah, music and praying and journaling and seeing that like my life is only going to get better. If it doesn't stop end it now, I don't see where I can't see the rainbow. So
if I check it now.
Right. What about you? How did you overcome it? How did you get through it?
I feel like you said it. Like honestly though, just sitting in it. Like when you have to sit in it, because like you said, even like the song referencing like there's nothing you can do to get out of how you're feeling. So you literally have to feel how you feel. Feel it. Like I literally felt everything I felt. Yes. I felt. If I was sad, I was sad. Okay, I can't be bothered today. Just don't do it. If I was mad, I was mad. I'm gonna show you I'm mad. I'm gonna show you I'm sad.
That's probably one of my favorite things about you. I don't know if I've said this before, but like you really will. I feel like not even just like in that time. I'm saying like even now.
Regardless.
You really will feel however you feel. Yeah. Like and be like unapologetic about it. Like I'm having a day. Like if I'm happy, you're gonna be happy though that whole day, that whole moment. And you're not gonna let nobody ruin that. If you're sad, you're gonna be sad, and you're not gonna be like excuses for it. Like okay, I'm sad. Yeah,
don't
like,
bother me.
Right. Like, I told you not to bother me.
Keep it cute.
Still bother
right.
me,
that's on you. Like
I love that.
I feel like I really just mastered learning. Like okay, this is how I feel. Okay, so I'm sitting in how I feel.
Yeah.
Why do I feel this way? I'm gonna figure out why I feel that way, and then I'm just gonna figure out ways to work through it. Like okay, what can I do? Like you said, I'm gonna talk to God. I'm gonna journal. I'm gonna listen to. Honestly, I listen to music? Of course, like music is so therapeutic. In the car, but oh my God, love me at karaoke day. But I don't think any song specifically has gotten me through certain things. There has. I'm not gonna say it didn't help me, but that wasn't like my main
driving
thing.
force.
Yeah, like that was honestly like me just sitting in it and just feeling how I felt and saying how I felt and just telling everybody, okay, well, this is how I feel. This is why I feel it. And I just got it off my chest. Yeah. I just got it off my chest. And then, I sat through how I felt. I just worked with my emotions and I just overcame it. It's something that like, I feel like when you're in it, it's very hard to see the light. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You will overcome the postpartum phase. And like it's not easy, but you can do it.
That was so motivating.
It's a small thing to a giant, okay?
Whoa, that's one of my favorite things. Actually.
And if we's giants, so
we big, gotta go big on big.
Shit,
that's a song.
Yes, R&B take off. Shimmy.
Yeah.
How is your mother mental of the day? Ooh.
Oh,
how is your mother mental today? Excuse me.
I'm feeling very like zen right now. I'm feeling very like this. I'm just cruising.
Feeling very calm.
Yeah, I'm cruising. I
Cruising
feel
down
like
the street in my 6'4". Sorry, jogging the moves.
Okay.
Don't know the rest.
Same. Yeah, I feel like I'm cruising. I feel good. I feel like, I mean, just since we're talking about like mental health and stuff, right. I think that my mental health specifically has been consistently like stabilized, which is a good, like neither high or low, just right. I'm trying to find like more balance in my life, and I feel like I'm either like here or here, and it's okay to be here, and I'm like go from one extreme to the next, so right. It is what right. it is. But I feel like because I live such a like I have a lot going on like every day, all day. I'm always on go. I've really found peace in like the solitude, in my solitude, and just like being by myself, or just like not always having to have something going on. Like right. I can be home all day Sunday with Logan and just be kicking it.
Just chill.
Yeah. So I'm feeling very grateful today. I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm feeling so thankful for you.
Love you, sister girl.
Yeah, I feel really good, and I'm thank God. I feel like
the fuck man.
How about you? What's your mother mental? Oh God.
No, I feel good, okay. Right? Like,
I don't know.
I feel like how you feel. Like real calm, cool, collected. Like it's the end of the day. It's Friday. Might catch me outside. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm feeling good. Let's hope my mama watch this baby.
Please, Miss Gabby.
Please.
Is it so funny that Glorilla keeps making songs about Friday?
I love her. Shout out to Glorilla. Shout out to that album, Glorious. It is a glorious album. Is a music podcast or something?
I feel like it. But no, because in her new song, she says something about like, It's Friday night. My nigga not at home.
Okay.
You talking about Friday night?
Okay.
It's just like,
I don't
oh
know
my
the
God.
lyrics yet, but yeah.
I don't know
She's
yet, but
always outside on a Friday night, so basically go outside today.
her album is tea, though.
It is.
It really is good.
That's why I said shout out to Gloria.
Yeah, shout out to Glorilla.
Yeah.
It was really good. Let her cook.
Yeah. No pun intended. Like,
let her cook. What's your mother message? You got one for us? I don't know if I got one today. You got one? You got?
Be yourself.
Okay.
Be yourself is my mother is my mother message of the day. Jesus God, get that together.
Your mental.
Hello. Protect your mental health. Be yourself. If you're feeling sad, do something that makes you not feel sad. If you're feeling depressed,
it's that simple, guys.
Get out the house. Like, it was supposed to get cold and it ain't getting cold, so therefore it's, get outside.
Depending
it's nice
on where
outside.
you are.
Well, depending on where you at, but where we at is warm as hell outside. And it shouldn't be. So yeah, get yourself outside, do something. Get you some money.
Eat
some food.
That's another thing that got me through. Eating.
Love me some food.
I was tearing some shit up. Some food up.
Yeah.
Love some food. Eat some food.
Yeah,
get some dom.
Yeah, that's my mother message. Yeah. No, the mother message is be yourself.
Be yourself.
Be yourself. Honestly, you will be happiest being yourself, okay? You will find your people, because whoever don't like you for not being yourself, someone's going to love you for being yourself. So yeah, just be yourself.
You a little philosophical.
Because I'm myself and the people loves me, okay? Just saying.
The people loves her.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Clock it, bitch.
Episode 6. That was a good one.
We made it far. Shout out to episode 6. Shout out to the big 6, a.k.a. my son.
Yeah, shout out to 6. Oh,
yeah.
Should we name this episode like episode SYX?
No, because then people going to try to steal that name.
Okay.
Yeah.
No shout out to our producer, Artie.
Don't do that. Shout out to Artie. Shout out to Josh. Thanks for working with us. Anyway, yeah.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Come back. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Right?
All that.
Yeah, tune in. Follow.
Drink some water.
Drink your freaking water. And we're out. That was good.
Bye, guys.
Bye. We got to clap at the end.
Oh.
There we go.